Hello everyone and welcome back to the Synergy Sanctum. My name is Justin. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here at the Synergy Sanctum, we specialize in all things related to Magic the Gathering, with a specific focus on deck building. So I aim to show you very quick deck techs that'll show you all of the cards in the deck and how they work together to ultimately achieve the goals of that deck. If you're not already, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that. And we also have a sister channel now, so head on over to Commander Coliseum and check out their content as well. And for today's deck tech, we have Squee the Immortal. You gotta be pretty smart to live as long as me, but not being able to die helps. A Polymorph budget deck today. Squee is very fun in the command zone because his ability says that you can cast him from the graveyard or from exile. So what this deck is aiming to do is to take Squee down as many times as possible and then polymorph out bigger and scarier things. We are at a budget here of $107 to $157, so very affordable, and you can upgrade this deck easily by just slotting in more expensive, better creatures into those polymorph slots. Land count is 33, with 27 of those being mountains and 6 of those being non-basics. Alright, so let's get into it today. So, transforming Squee. These are the cards in red that allow for this polymorph ability to happen. So basically being able to kill Squee or exile him and then get something better out of the deck. So cards like Transmogrify says exile a creature, you reveal cards off the top until you get a creature card and you put that onto the battlefield. So good. Creative Technique is similar. You shuffle and then reveal off the top, and you may copy it and you can have an opponent do it as well. So you exile the card and then you put the rest on the bottom, and then you can play that non-land card without paying its mana cost. Luca, second ability, -2 is exiling a target creature to polymorph something out. Divergent Transformation is doing the same, but you can choose 2 creatures. So if Squee has a friend out and you don't really need or care about it anymore, you can do that twice. Similar things with Audacious Swap. Aspiring Champion sacks itself to do the same thing. And then if we're going to get really messed up, we are running Warp World because it's a mass polymorph effect and it basically resets the game for everybody at the table. So be careful when you're playing that one. Okay, the scary creatures we're going to turn Squee into are a couple of Eldrazi's, couple of good mono red ETB things, and then just things that benefit off of other creatures and attacks and everything. We got the whole suite today. So Pathrazer of Ulamog says that it can't be blocked by 3 except by 3 or more creatures. Infernal Titan's doing a bolt when he enters or attacks. Infernal Starmount can shoot a bunch of damage. Heartless Hedutsugu can take everybody by half. Blast Furnace Hellkite is encouraging people to attack your opponents because it gives double strike. We've got things like Tyrant of Discord, where each opponent's going to sack a permanent, and they're going to do this until it's a land, so it can be repeatable removal there. And then even more monsters in the deck, so things like Bearer of the Heavens. When he dies, you destroy all permanents at the beginning of the next end step. So you could even polymorph with Bearer of the Heavens if you wanted. But man, you're just going to reset the board with this guy. Platinum Angels to prevent us from losing. Steel Hellkite to destroy permanents. Duplicant to remove them. Atali's taking stuff from other people, as well as Molten Primordial. We got Spawn of Thraxus dealing damage equal to mountains. Shivan Dragon, just because I think it's fun to play an OG in a deck like this. And then Brash Taunter can fight something and do that much damage to a target opponent. And then other good stuff in the deck, so kind of a little chaos with Share the Spoils, where when it enters, everybody is playing from this pile that exists. Stolen Strategies, kind of the same thing, but at your upkeep, you're getting 1 from every opponent, and then you can play those spells for the turn. We're running things like Mob Roll and Insurrection to take what everyone else is doing, because if our whole Squee strategy doesn't work and all we have is Squee, we're going to want something better than that. Kazul is our red propaganda. Generous Plunderer is making treasures and giving treasures to people and doing damage. And then Chaos Spear, because there is a little chaos, but Chaos Spear makes it so basically flying isn't a thing anymore. And then lots of draw on the deck, so we're running Wheel of Misfortune for draw. We're doing Howling Mine to give everybody a draw at their draw step. All of the normal red spells here that draw at the cost of a discard. Big Score and Unexpected Windfall giving us the treasures. Endless Atlas is repeatable draw. And then Crimson Wisp is in here not just for the draw, but also for the haste. So if you happen to polymorph Squee in your main phase, you could still attack with whatever comes out with this. And then our mana for the deck, we are running a Soul Ring. We're running kind of basic land fetching with Wayfarer's Bauble and Journeyer's Kite. A couple of rocks, Ruby Medallion to discount these spells. And then Mana Flare to double mana. And Mana Geyser to get a bunch of mana once our opponents are tapped out on their lands. And finally, removal in the deck, so we're running Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast. Squee does not like blue players. Neverrule's Disc and Blasphemous Act are our board wipes. Chaos Warp and Guff rewrites history for targeted removal. Running things like Mage's Contest and kind of these chaos cards that redirect spells like Bolt Bend and Ricochet Trap. And then All Is Dust is another board wipe. If we happen to have a couple Eldrazi out, then this board wipe works because we're not worried about Squee. He cannot die and he's living his best life every single day. And with that, our show has come to an end. Thank you so much for watching our video, and if you enjoyed that video, feel free to share it out with any friends who might find value in it as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. We hope to see you again soon. Have a good one.